y'all, welcome back. We're covering food prep. Are you excited? The summer is the best time, in my opinion, to eat all your melons, your berries, your peaches, your cantaloupes, your apples. I'm gonna show you how to prep them. So how to do food prep quickly and easily in your kitchen with some awesome summer hacks. You're gonna love it. Let's dive in and get started. I don't know if you guys have heard crazy stories, but a lot of the times when your produce is in a truck or a grocery store or handled elsewhere, it can get really gross, right? It can get real dirty. It can be spilled on the floor and you might not even realize that it was spilled on the floor. It might have been sprayed with something, right? This is so important before you eat those fruits and veggies this summer, is to spray your produce with produce wash. We also have a fruit and veggie scrub cloth. So like for my watermelon, I might not want to produce wash it, but what I'm gonna do is take my fruit and veggie scrub cloth and I'm gonna get it wet and I'm gonna wipe it down. Before you cut into something, you wanna wipe it down. This is gonna get rid of any like buildup, wax, any nasty stuff that's like scrubbed on there that's hard. And then I could rinse this in the sink, or I can take a kitchen cloth or a counter cloth, a bamboo cloth, an enviro cloth, anything Norwex cloth that is wet with water. Ta-da! I'm just gonna wipe her down, right? Because I want this clean before I cut into it to eat my watermelon. Now, as you're cutting the watermelon, these are cutting boards. So we have a mini silicone backing on the back so it doesn't slide. I love these. If you do not have these in your house, get them in your house. Plastic leaches into your food. These are not plastic. They're made of rice husks. What? How cool is that? It actually would biodegrade if you would ever have it break and throw it away. This is the large, and this is the extra large. This is your watermelon cutting board. Let me show you this. Super quick. Plastic cutting boards are essentially like leaching plastic, small plastic nibbles into your food. If you're using knives on those plastic cutting boards, you notice that it gets rougher and it breaks down. We're actually eating the plastic sometimes when we use those plastic cutting boards. This cutting board, because it's made of rice husks, it's not peeling, it's not putting microplastics into your food, you're not eating them. It also doesn't get those knife grooves. You know how the wooden cutting boards get knife grooves and then bacteria can grow inside? This does not get knife grooves. I absolutely love it. It's so durable, so sturdy, and you're not gonna get those knife grooves inside this cutting board. Great for kitchen produce and food prep. Okay, my friends, I almost forgot. Our feet are technically not meant for standing on hard surfaces for long periods of time. Did you know that? It's actually like really not great for your feet to not have good support when you're standing on hard surfaces. There is this thing that Norwex offers called the chenille floor mat. We also have a runner, a chenille runner, which is longer, which is what I have here in my kitchen. See this? This is the runner. The floor mat is about this size, about that size right here. What I love about this is when I'm doing dishes, this is my kitchen sink, I stand on this, right? So it gives me extra support. My back doesn't hurt because I'm standing on something that gives extra bonus support as I'm doing the task of doing the dishes. I love this thing in the kitchen. You can also obviously put it in your bathroom, put it in a camper, an RV, anywhere where you're standing a lot and you need support. We also have a water filtration system up there. And so it's right here. So if I spill, or if the kids spill as they're getting water, it's rubber backing here, see that? So it doesn't let any of the water go through. It also has backlock. So it's self-cleansing itself. Brilliant, brilliant. Highly recommend this in your kitchen or potentially bathroom or other places in your house. Especially if you have a camper or an RV, get this thing. Put it in your kitchen, put it in that space. Huge time saver for spills, pick up, clean up, and just makes standing way more comfortable. I'm using, I know, a bread knife. I don't know, it's what I found. But I wanna show you this super quick. My produce wash, this lovely, amazing produce wash right here. Look at these blueberries. I'm gonna spray them. Do you see this? Oh, it literally is gonna eat away all buildup nasty on blueberries, specifically grapes, right? Because you can't take like a scrubby cloth and scrub each of these. That would take you forever. You can also, if you're spraying them like this, let it work for a few minutes and then rinse them and eat. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in here in my clean water, and I'm going to add my produce spray. I probably have too much water in there, but I'm gonna add my produce spray to the water. I could take it out and do a capful, but I just like to give it a nice little good spray. And we're just gonna see what comes off these blueberries, right? As they're soaking in my produce wash. One other hack I wanna show you before I cut into this watermelon. This is Norwex produce bags. They come in a pack of 3. They're really awesome if you go to the beach this summer. Look at this, these are my sand toys. Because they're mesh and all the sand just rinses out. So you can throw your phone in here, you can throw your sunscreen in here, and all the sand is not gonna stick to the bottom because it's in a mesh bag. Now the other hack here is that you literally put your blueberries, your strawberries, your grapes inside the produce bag, and then I can just take these to the sink and rinse them, right? So we're gonna let these still soak a little bit. I think I need a little more produce wash in here. Sometimes I directly spray on, sometimes I don't. I want you to see this. This is broccoli. Broccoli will like change color after you spray it. It's amazing what comes off with the produce wash for this produce, like the broccoli. Look at that. It's like so clean. I feel like it tastes different because you've removed any nasty residue on your fruits and veggies before you're eating them. Big must do in your kitchen for food prep. And now I'm gonna cut into my watermelon, right? And I don't have to be scared because I've cleaned it. I've cleaned it thoroughly. It is beautifully cleaned. Okay, it's been a while. This is the first watermelon of the season. Yay! Now I want you to see the juice. Do you see the juice here? Do you see how there's ridge around the edge? This is a lovely, amazing ridge that is intentional for your food prep. It catches the watermelon juice. Do you not love that? Instead of it just like falling off and getting all over your counter. Now, obviously, if there's like gallons being poured onto this cutting board, it's not gonna catch all of that. But if you're cutting like chicken for the grill, or you have watermelon juice, this cutting board is gonna contain a lot of it. You can also use the cutting board as like a charcuterie board. So you could put your salami, your cheeses, your other crackers and snacks, and this is literally the most beautiful charcuterie board because it's just all right there. Now, what you can also do is put your watermelon on it too, right? So you can cut your watermelon, get it sliced up real nice, catching my juices on the side here. And now look, I have a lovely space to display my watermelon. See, it's catching that juice right on the side there. See how it runs around there? It's catching it, so it's staying put. Best cutting board ever for watermelon cutting. Now we're gonna check the blueberries. So what I'm gonna do is take my blueberries out, and now at this point I would rinse them. So I could rinse them in another bowl, I could rinse them under the sink. And again, you could just spray them directly and put them in a smaller bowl of water. See how they're nice and clean? See how there's not that white waxy buildup like there was at the beginning? So it cleans that part off. They're nice and clean, ready to eat. So good. Cantaloupe's a little hard to clean with a cloth. You would want to produce wash the cantaloupe because it's not smooth, right? So you want a produce spray so that eats the enzyme is going to eat away any buildup, any grossness on your cantaloupe before you cut into it, and just rinse it before you cut into it. Peaches, tomatoes, I would spray these with the produce wash and then I would cut them and store them. I also want to show you guys about storing. So these are our silicone containers. They come in different sizes. We have 4 different sizes and you can get the bundle with all 4 or sets of 2 depending on the size that you need. This is the small one and this is the extra large one. Don't forget, y'all, these stack. Look at how nice they stack. So when you're ready, you just pop them open so that they're ready. And then they're dishwasher safe. You can put them in the dishwasher. Find your lid, throw it on. You can add your produce and you can squish it down to be the size that you want. So if you're just doing a few snacks, you can squish it down like that. It's amazing for lunches and travels. Fantastic. In your produce bin, you're gonna put your humidity at the correct amount, and then you're gonna lay down your fridge liner inside the bottom of your fridge. Now, if you don't have a bin that's really large, or you have a smaller space in your fridge, like a smaller drawer, you can use a countercloth, right? So this can go in the bottom of your fridge. Not only is it gonna save you time, if you spill something or something goes bad in the produce drawer, it's gonna go on here, and this is washable. So you don't have to scrub inside your fridge. How nice is that? It also has silver inside, right? And that's always a perk when you're putting it around food. But this can be used just like a fridge liner as well, and this is gonna extend the life of your produce when you use these for your food prep. Let me tell you a hack about extending produce. So you're going to add your produce to your container. We like to use glass, silicone food grade safe, and then you're gonna take a countercloth. You're just gonna add your countercloth to your produce. Then you're gonna put your lid on your container and put it in the fridge. I have a teammate who had lettuce keep for 3 weeks in a container because she added the countercloth. She added that countercloth, and what it does, it absorbs the extra moisture so that your produce lasts longer. How cool is that? Eat your produce, my friends. Eat it all this summer. Enjoy eating fresh fruits and veggies in your kitchen this summer, and I hope some of these hacks will save you some time and will help your produce last longer so you can get the most out of it and the most bang for your buck when you're buying your produce. All right, y'all, happy eating. Bye. Oh my word. For real? For real? Oh, disgusting. Produce wash spilled on the floor. Scrub cloth. Wax any nasty stuff. I can never remember what size this is. Plastic leaches into your food. Gross, right? Rice husk. Cloth. What? How cool is that? This is your watermelon. Peaches. Okay, I'm ready. Oh, nasty on blueberries. Stick to the bottom and eat. Ready? You see where I'm going? They're made, what is broccoli? Big must do. And I don't have to be scared and rinse them, right? Do I even know how to cut a watermelon? Tomatoes, I haven't had one. Apparently I'm out of practice. Can you see that? Falling off is intentional, right? Don't you love that? I'm really bad at this. I love watermelon. I've missed this. I have too much water in here. Hang on.